guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be reviewing, well not reviewing, but just doing a look with the Baby Got Peach palette from ColourPop. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. I like to start with brows first because I have no brows. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Taupe. This line went on smoother than that one, but that's okay because I did my brows first. The top line can really be where you go wrong and end up with block brows. Nobody wants block brows. The bushy brow trend looks so good on some people, but I'm not one of those people. So I've already done my skincare for the day, which actually there should be a video, which I guess we could probably link it. My first video should already be up, and it is a review of the Tatcha Rice Wash, if you're interested. Then I'm going to carve the brows out with, I don't use concealer, I like to use the Dermablend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. I like this formula because if I were to leave it for like 20 minutes, I could come back to it and still blend it out. And this is why we do our brows first. Everybody makes mistakes, you know? I usually do eyes first, eyeshadow first. The whole point of this video is we're going to be doing a look with the Baby Got Peach palette from ColourPop. I've used this a lot. The only thing I don't like about this palette is the shade right here, Hungry Ghost. What reason was there to put this pressed glitter that's obviously not safe for your eyes in an eyeshadow palette? If it got in your eye, you're going to cut your eye. Anyways, let's get started with the look. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. Alright, I'm just going to go straight in with the shade Darling. Pretty much I'm just going to transition with that. We're going to go into the shade Perky. And I'm just going to deepen up the crease with that. Bocephus, come here. Say hello. This Bocephus. And he wants to go outside. But he's going to say hi first. He also goes by Bo, Brown Dog, Baby Sweetheart. Oh! We're going to go into this middle shade, Centerfold. We're going to really take this pigment to the next level. This shade is beautiful. Let's go in with the shade Half Baked. I'm going to focus that on my outer corner here. Really just kind of lay the pigment down. Really trying to get on the lash line. Alright, I'm just going to kind of lightly fluff that, not too much, because I do want that concentrated pigment to stay there. So let's go into the shade Get Even. Although the back sticker says Glaze It, they don't know what shade's what. How beautiful. All right, let's get moving. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I just think the best color payoff for shimmers of pretty much any formula is with your finger. I do kind of like to go up a little bit above the crease. Nothing crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go back into the brush I was using and just kind of fluff. Not necessarily with more pigment. I really feel like I've got a good, decent amount of pigment on my eyes that just need to be placed and blended. I'm gonna go back into the shade that we transitioned with, this top shade, Darling, and I'm gonna grab that pretty densely with a fluffy brush and place it like onto my brow bone. All right, and now I'm gonna use that to just kind of make sure everything is smooth, no harsh lines. And it doesn't matter the mess that I've made down here because I did my eyes first. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna just kind of clean up under my eye with this makeup wipe. Maybe kind of give myself a little, you know, shape from where I kind of got some of that eyeshadow. So, primer. So I did something a little interesting the other day and I loved how it turned out. So let's do it again. I'm gonna use two products and mix them together. It's two products that I really find are of no use to me on their own, but together I loved what I got. So this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Water Gel Moisturizer. It literally is just like water. It's okay. It smells wonderful. It feels good. It doesn't do anything bad to my skin. I just don't know that it does anything for my skin. So that's one product that I don't get use out of on its own too much. And then this is the other product. This is the Milani Soft Focus Glow. It dries down too quick and I don't really love the way it feels. But mixing these two together, I just like on a whim yesterday, worked out. So that's what we're gonna do today. And at first I was like, oh God, what did I do? Because it looks gross. But if you take the time to really mix the two together, I don't know, call me crazy, roast me in the comments, but it worked out for me. So we're gonna use that as like a glowy primer. That gave a beautiful glow. And it didn't feel super drying like the way that it's felt when I used it on its own in the past. And this, shit, I was just using this to use this. I was like, it wasn't doing anything for me. And then we'll use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I would say the only difference is that this does not have the skincare benefits that the Tatcha one does, but the Tatcha one is $52 and this is $8. I used to kind of like dig product out of this, like scrape it out, but I've kind of just gotten to where I just use it like a balm, and I think I like that better. Now, you would not want to put this directly on texture without having done some sort of skincare beforehand. This would, ew, I don't even want to imagine that scenario. I think it would just gunk up. You need to prep your skin before you use this product. So I don't always do concealer first, but something about this formula, this is the Pretty Fresh Concealer from ColourPop, it blends out really nicely with my fingers. It just is better when it's like, when it goes directly on my skin and then kind of put foundation over it. I got a shade that's like too white for me, so it still brightens. I'm gonna go ahead and start concealing under my eyes. I've never been one to like use my fingers instead, it's just easier. But this formula, literally my best application has been where I blend it with my fingers initially. I don't know, it works well with the finger. And when it comes to like getting up in there, right here in this little crevice, I mean, shoot, that's the best tool I've used so far. Now, as you can see, this is way too light, and I'm aware of that, and next time I will purchase a deeper shade. The foundation I'm gonna be using today is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. This has quickly become one of my favorites, but it is on the pricey side, so where I have one expensive product, I have 7 drugstore products. This is a liquidy formula. I've made the mistake in the past of trying to drip this on my face and it got all over my clothes. So don't do that. I believe it is a little too liquidy to go directly onto the sponge as well, because you don't want your sponge to drink it up. So my palette, as always, is gonna be the back of my hand. Start from the center and blend out. Let's start with my nose. And yeah, bounce, don't drag for the best finish. I do personally feel like this formula is best with a sponge. So this isn't gonna give you a ton of coverage. However, it is long wearing. So, I mean, if you're a full coverage queen, this is probably not for you. But say that you are a medium coverage queen. This is exactly for you. It can be light coverage. I could just blend that out over my whole face and call it light coverage. Looking for a medium look today though. So I'm gonna go in and build up a little more. But look at the finish on that foundation. This is my favorite powder, and this is another one that I buy like over and over. And if I see it, I buy it, like even if I don't need another one, because it's one that I've noticed that they don't stock super often. But this is the Ultra Matte Translucent Powder from the Creme shop, which I believe is like a K Beauty brand, but they sell it in CVS, but not every CVS. It smells so good, it smells like cake. So if you don't like fragrance, you won't like this. So this little sponge, it's from e.l.f., but it works perfect for me for powder. So I like to start out with just whatever powder is left over in the sponge from yesterday to lightly set first. So now I've actually dipped into some product. I'm just kind of setting. Now I don't necessarily set the whole face with the sponge, but I find it to be easy to get kind of the T-zone set with this. I do like to do a soft bake here. So I'm not doing a heavy contour today. Some days I do, and some days I don't. You just never know what you're gonna get. So I've been recently doing something different. This is the Luxie 640 Pro Precision Tapered, and it's like a super fluffy brush, but it also is like kind of thin and sparse. It's not like fluffy, but still dense. So therefore, it kind of allows you the ability to kind of feather onto your face. So I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm using the shade Light Bronzer. I also have the bronzer shade, but it is a little dark for me. I really don't go in the sun very much. This product smells so good. It smells like vacation. It makes you look like you were on vacation and also feel like it for 1 second. Just getting some onto the brush and just kind of feathering to make it look like I have been in the sun. When in reality, I've hardly been in the sun at all, other than just day to day, in like 2 years. I'm gonna go in with, this is a Moda brush. Just kind of pinch that, go down the side. Some days I use like a super detailed brush and like really get in there, and that's a video for another day. Connect that with what I had laid down for bronzer before. All right. Then I'm going to go into the Natasha Denona, I believe it's a little dirty, Diamond and Blush Highlighting Palette. And this is there's 2 different versions of this, like one for, I guess it was supposed to be for like fair skin and deep skin, although they both kind of look like they were for fair skin. Anyways, this is the Daria palette. So I'm going to go in with my blush brush into the Creme blush. This is not like a glowy, dewy cream blush. Like, it almost starts drying down immediately when you put it on the brush. But it does leave behind a nice pigment that builds up really well and looks kind of natural. Now, I use a lot of blush. I go over my nose. I do the whole thing. Now we're gonna set that. Not that it really needs to be. You could just leave it like that. But a little bit of the powder blush in the bottom. It does have a little sheen to it, which I kind of like. This is an Morphe M510 brush. I love this brush for highlighting. I'm going to go straight into this bottom Glow Extreme. I'm not going to use the cream highlighter today, but if you really want your highlighter to pop, put the cream down and then put the powder down. It really goes off. And I'll do a little here, and a little here. I recently purchased the ColourPop Freckle Pen in the shade Soft Brown. So I'm gonna use that now. Something is fluffy. There's like a fluffy on my nose. So I'm gonna start drawing freckles. Right. Then I'm going to take my sponge that's still a little damp and just kind of blend that out so they don't look too purposeful. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that base. Let's set. The Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, the OG. I love this. I'll continue repurchasing this and I've repurchased it many times in the past. Yes. So then I'm gonna set my brows with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I really like it. Been using it for a long time. So same way as I spoolied before, I'm gonna brush everything up and then smooth it down. But leave a little bush in the front. Little bushy bush, 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 bush. But not like a full-on bushy brow, you know? I wish. I'm gonna put in my waterline. This is the ColourPop BFF Creme Gel Liner in the shade Honey Dude. This is like a true nude. Or for me. True nude for me. Not for everybody. Curling my lashes up a little bit. Okay, so this is the McGrath Labs brand new Dark Star Mascara. I love this. Oh my god, it's so good. Now, I will have to agree with the inevitable comments, and I already knew. I already said it, but you can say it too. This concealer's too light for me, and I know that now. Lips, hello? Girl, play too much. I'm gonna line with the KKW Beauty Nude 1 Lip Liner, which I need to sharpen, but and then we go in with one of my favorite lipsticks. This is the KKW Beauty Peach 3. Love. Oh my god, it's beautiful. What do we think? Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. That's the makeup. Thanks for watching. Bye!